Have you ever heard of a cooking pot cooking rice all by itself, or a person appearing from nowhere and vanishing into thin air? These are some of the strange and unforgettable experiences that Herman encountered when he went to work in Mombasa. This is the true story of his eerie encounter with mysterious beings along the Kenyan coast. It was quite a change when Herman transferred from Nairobi to go and work in Mombasa. He was already getting used to the humid and hot weather of the coast, in contrast to the hot and dry Nairobi that he was used to. The change, he reflected, was rather physical than within himself. Nothing much had changed in himself. He was still the old bloke trying to make a living instead of living. His old self had not failed to find good night spots in the town and tasted new brews. What was it called? Minazi, that was it. These thoughts passed through Herman's mind as he roamed near his new home, the municipal house. It was lunchtime, but he did not feel like eating. He had refused to join his colleagues for nyama choma, roasted meat, not as much as contributing 100 shillings to pay the bill, but because his stomach was in such a bad state and loathed any kind of food. What he needed right now was some soup. The carousing of the previous night had left him almost sick. He cursed the nerve that which consumed alcohol without mercy. He wished he had stopped after hitting 1 or 2 bottles. But there was this woman Amina, where he had wanted to prove that he was a champion from Minazi drinking contest. Amina was only one among a train of women, Fatuma, Zainabu, Shiku, Shiru, Nancy, that he had met in his short life. He wished he would settle for one woman, and a decent one for that matter. However, his character was prone to unfortunate situations in which he found himself only in the company of women with loose morals. Yet, he was the founder of such companions whom he continued meeting day in day out until they became part of his life. He found a place where he was served with soup. He also ate goat's entrails seasoned with pepper and raw vegetables. As soon as he was through, he started sweating like one who had just finished a 5,000 meters race. He now needed a bath. He would take one before joining the others at work in the afternoon. He was lucky, he thought, to have found a house so close to his place of work. He didn't care if the house had last seen paint when Vasco da Gama had last called on the fort of Mombasa on his way to India. He was now in front of the door of his house. He took out a key and opened the padlock. Once he was inside the house, he went straight to the kitchen. He did not know whether it was by instinct or the strong smell of cooked pilau, rice pilaf, that was coming from there. Call it magic or abracadabra. But on the stove, in a sufuria, was one of the best pilau, cooked rice, ever made. Herman lifted the lid and wondered if it was still warm. Sweat drained out of his body and a cold chill ran down his spine. Could he have cooked it and forgotten? But why was the food still warm? The weather? No, he thought, as he watched steam water collected at the back of the lid fall in droplets back into the pot. Had somebody come in his absence, made the meal and left? But nobody had access to the key apart from him. It was a mystery that he did not like being involved in solving. He replaced the lid. He no longer needed a shower. He left the house after locking it. He felt a stranger there. He was not so sure if it wasn't one of those houses that were said to be haunted by ghosts. He went straight to work, although it was not yet time. At the office, Herman absorbed his whole mind on work. Files sifted from one side of his table to the other. He knew he was trying to suppress thoughts of what he had witnessed earlier in his house that afternoon. The thought of going back there was not welcome. So that day after work, he found himself going to Amina's place. He made sure first to eat to his fill and then drink to the same capacity. He wanted to shut the whole world outside his mind and much more to his small kitchen in the municipal house. He would alienate it from the rest of the house, from front door to bedroom. That was exactly what he did that night. Come lunch hour the following day, his curiosity was more than aroused. He went straight to his house, opened the door, and went to inspect the kitchen. The same happening as before, deliciously smelling pilaf. He lifted the lid, warm as before. He let go back the lid. His only thought was to leave the house, yet he argued within himself, or had he made it while drunk and forgotten? No, it was something from another world. End of part 1.